Welcome back to Apex Sci-Fi. Biologists have a term for what humans do: pack bonding. Most species only bond with their own kind, or perhaps a useful utility animal. But humans? Humans will pack bond with anything. We bond with rocks. We bond with vacuum cleaning robots. We bond with the person who sits next to us on a bus for 5 minutes. But our most dangerous trait is our inability to recognize a universal threat, if it happens to have big eyes, soft fur, or a funny little face. To the rest of the galaxy, there are certain creatures that are classified as apex horrors. These are biological nightmares, evolutionary dead ends designed only to kill. They are the things that keep ancient starfaring civilizations awake at night. And yet, every time a human encounters one of these monsters, they don't reach for a pulse rifle. They reach for a camera. Or a treat. Or most terrifyingly of all, they try to boop the snoot. Today's story is about Sarah. Sarah is a maintenance worker on the Galactic Observation Outpost 7. The outpost had just captured the terror of the Void, a creature that had decimated 3 colony worlds. The aliens expected a massacre. Sarah expected a good boy. This is the story of how human affection became the most powerful containment field in the galaxy. Do you have ever looked at a bear or a tiger and thought, I bet I could hug that, smash that like button? You are the reason aliens are afraid of us. And if you want to see a world-ending monster get defeated by a belly rub, subscribe and ring the bell. Don't bite. The obsidian stalker was the stuff of legends. It was a 12-foot-tall mass of shadow, claws, and hate. It didn't breathe, it consumed. It didn't sleep, it waited. When the Galactic High Command finally trapped one in a level 10 stasis field, they brought it to the outpost for study. They were terrified. The guards were armed with antimatter cannons. The scientists were behind 3 feet of reinforced Titan glass. The creature's aggression levels are off the charts, Dr. Eris noted, her tentacles trembling. It emits a low-frequency growl that induces cardiac arrest in most species. It is the perfect killing machine. Then there was Sarah. Sarah was walking by the containment cell with a bucket of soapy water. She stopped, looked through the glass and tilted her head. Oh, look at you. Sarah cooed. You're so grumpy. Who's a grumpy boy? The obsidian stalker lunged at the glass, its mandibles clicking, its 6 eyes glowing with murderous intent. It let out a roar that cracked a nearby monitor. Dr. Eris fell to the floor in fear. Human, get back. It is trying to harvest your soul. Oh, hush, Sarah waved her hand. He's just lonely. Look at his tail. It's all twitchy. My cat, Mittens, does the same thing when he wants a treat. The aliens watched in silence as Sarah did something that violated every safety protocol in the history of the Federation. She walked to the keypad. Beep beep boop. The heavy blast doors hissed open. No! Eris screamed. You've unleashed doom. The stalker stepped out of the shadows. It loomed over Sarah, its shadow swallowing her whole. It raised a scythe-like claw, sharp enough to cut through a starship's hull. Sarah didn't flinch. She reached into her pocket and pulled out a slightly squashed ham sandwich. Are you hungry, sweetie? Is that the problem? Are you just hangry? The creature paused. Its nostrils flared, smelling the processed meat and mustard. It lowered its claw. Sarah reached up, standing on her tiptoes, and scratched the creature right between its 2 primary glowing eyes. There we go. Who's a big scary monster? You are. Yes, you are. To the absolute horror of the scientists, the obsidian stalker didn't decapitate her. Instead, it made a sound. It wasn't a roar. It was a deep, vibrating rumble that shook the floor tiles. It is using a sonic weapon. Eris cried. It's purring, Sarah corrected, leaning her head against the monster's cold, black chest. He's a big softy. I'm gonna call him Biscoito. The terror of the Void, the creature that had haunted the dreams of the galaxy for 1,000 years, dropped to its knees and rolled onto its back. It stuck its massive, bifurcated tongue out and licked Sarah's face, nearly knocking her over. You Biscoito. Breath mints, buddy? We need to talk about breath mints. The aftermath was a bureaucratic nightmare. The High Command arrived to see a dangerous biological asset, being dressed in a giant yellow raincoat because Sarah thought he looked sad in the rain. The stalker followed Sarah everywhere. If a guard pointed a gun at her, Biscoito would let out a growl that would liquefy the guard's internal organs. But if Sarah told him to sit, he would sit. If she told him to shake, he would carefully offer a clawed limb that could pierce armor. We don't understand, Dr. Eris admitted months later, watching Sarah play fetch with the monster using a discarded fuel canister. Our psychological models show this creature is pure malice. Why does it obey you? It's not malice, Sarah said, throwing the canister. It's just an apex predator. And humans? We're the apex of social weirdness. We have a p-value of 0.99 for pack bonding with things that should eat us. The Federation eventually gave up. They couldn't kill Biscoito because he was too useful as a guard dog, and they couldn't move him because he refused to leave Sarah's side. They had to build a special mega kennel on the station. The sign on the door no longer says, "Danger, biohazard." It now says, "Please do not feed the Void Stalker chocolate." It gives him the runs. This has been Apex Sci-Fi. If you see something scary today, try giving it a sandwich. Results may vary. If you would risk your life to pet an alien monster, hit that like button. We know you would. Comment below. What is the most dangerous animal you've ever wanted to pet? I still think polar bears look like they need a hug. Subscribe. And remember, everything is fluffy if you're brave enough. Good boy, Biscoito.